Iconically said, client of mine, we'll call her Evie, every morning would get up and get in her gorgeous car and drive the same route to work. This morning was different. You see, on the surface, Evie was an absolute boss, an epitome of success, a leader feared by men and absolutely adored by women. Men were scared of her, women wanted to be her. But this morning was radically different because as she pulled up to one of the junctions on her way to work, a message came through from Dan, her long-term partner, with the words, "I'm done." In business, she was unstoppable, but at home, this is where the real story begins. Evie would get out of her beautiful car with her beautiful outfit on, with her sparkling, gorgeous designer sunglasses on, and strut her stuff through that front door every day into a team of people who admired her. Evie's strength at work was her armour, but became an absolute barrier and enemy at home. Her relationship at home was crumbling fast, and not because of the lack of love, but from a lack of balance. Now, they were both a little bit guilty from not listening to each other, Evie as well as Dan. This particular morning, when she received that text, something shifted. She knew that he meant business. See, Dan is a very placid character, but not a pushover by any means. Evie, a go-getter, an energised bunny who gets whatever she puts her attention on. To be honest, they complement each other really well. What you don't know about Evie is that she had a real need for validation and she was a perfectionist through and through. Evie was aware she was a perfectionist, but she wasn't aware that she wasn't born that way until I pointed it out. And actually, this was heavily deep-rooted in a childhood trauma that she just never processed. In her upbringing, praise was never really given. It wasn't that her parents didn't love her, it's just that they didn't have the ability to emotionally support her. They did the best they could with the tools they had. Consequently, Evie grew up needing to be perfect at everything she did so she could get some sort of recognition from the outside world. But the words, "I'm leaving you," were enough to get Evie's attention, and she knew instantly something had to change. And that is where I stepped in. This is what we did. First, we identified that her drive for perfectionism was actually a mask for validation and self-love. And with Dan, he needed to be valued and not overshadowed. Essentially, the masculine energy that Evie had been driving her business forward with, which was absolutely fine, needed to stay at work and not come home. First thing we did is we worked on balancing Evie's energies. We brought back in the femininity and we let go of some of this masculine energy. And we gave Dan his raw back. Not as a subordinate, but as a partner. And guess what? It worked. Fast forward 18 months and boom! They're literally thriving. Work-life balance and romance is alive. All that had to happen here was self-awareness, and with that, change happened.